Let's be honest, if someone is ignoring you, it can be really hurtful and confusing. If this happens, we often tend to feel like we are worthless and unattractive. However, it's most likely not the case, and the good news is that there are ways to turn this situation around and use it to your advantage. By following the steps mentioned in this video, you can learn how to handle the situation and come out stronger than ever. It's time to make people regret that they were ignoring you once and for all. Pay close attention until the end of this video to discover what to do when someone ignores you. Focus on yourself. One powerful way to deal with a person who is ignoring you is to focus on your own life and activities. Instead of worrying about why they are ignoring you, you can work on your hobbies, goals and dreams, or spend more time with your friends or family. This can take the power away from the person who is ignoring you and help you to feel better. Additionally, keeping yourself busy can help you to prevent worrying about the situation and feeling worse. When the person who is ignoring you sees how happy and fulfilled you are without them, they may finally realize what they are missing out on. Give them space. If someone is ignoring you, it's important to give them space and respect their needs. Pushing them to come back to you will usually have the opposite effect. By giving them space, you are showing them that you respect their boundaries and needs. This also gives them time to miss you and may make them realize how much they care about you, which may lead them to come back to you on their own. Instead of constantly texting or calling them, try taking a step back and not initiating contact. If they care about you, they will make an effort to reach out to you. Additionally, it allows them to come back to you on their own, which can be way more meaningful and genuine. You should basically give them the opportunity to reach out to you if they still care. This shows maturity and understanding of their needs, which can be an attractive quality that can easily make them come back to you. Don't be needy. It's important to avoid being needy or clingy when someone is ignoring you. This means you shouldn't sit at home all day waiting for their message, and you also shouldn't immediately reply the second they reach out, even if you miss them. This shows that you have a life outside of them and you are not desperate for their attention. This behavior is influenced by the scarcity principle, which is a psychological phenomenon that occurs when we feel like we are losing something or someone we care about. This feeling of loss makes us value that thing or person even more. The thing is that if you are not being too needy, it also shows that your happiness doesn't solely rely on their attention and that you have your own life with your own hobbies and activities. This can make the other person realize the value of your presence in their life and make them want to reach out to you even more. This is a subtle way to make someone miss you and come back to you on their own terms. Understand the situation. It's crucial to first ask yourself if this person is truly ignoring you. Sometimes we may think that someone is ignoring us on purpose, when in reality they are not, due to our own insecurities or anxiety. Additionally, it's important to keep in mind that everyone is different, and just because you feel ignored, that doesn't necessarily mean that the other person is doing it intentionally. Some people may need more time and space to process their own thoughts and feelings. So, before you jump into conclusions that someone is ignoring you, it's important to take a step back and check in with yourself. It is also important to consider that the other person may be going through a difficult period and they may need some time for themselves. This is why it is crucial to be mindful of these possibilities before assuming that someone is ignoring you. By taking the time to check in with yourself and understand the other person's perspective, you may realize that you were completely wrong about them. Find your own happiness. It's so important to remember that ultimately you are the only one who is responsible for your own happiness and well-being. You can never rely on someone else to make you happy all the time. At the end of the day, that is something you have to do for yourself. Even if someone is ignoring you, it doesn't mean that you should let them ruin your life. Instead, focus on the things that bring you joy, and most importantly, don't let the behavior or words of others affect you negatively. Remember that if someone is choosing to ignore you on purpose, it's their loss and not yours, as they are missing out on being with an amazing person. Keep in mind that you don't need anyone else in your life to be happy. You have the ability to do it on your own. Of course, it can also help if you surround yourself with positive and supportive people who lift you up and make you feel good about yourself. Take this opportunity to focus on self-improvement and self-care, and invest in activities and relationships that bring you joy and fulfillment. Remember that your worth and happiness is not determined by others' actions towards you. You have the power to create a fulfilling life for yourself, regardless of whether or not someone chooses to ignore you. Be ready to walk away. I know, this is probably not what you wanted to hear, but hear me out. It may be difficult, but it's essential to consider cutting ties with someone who continues to ignore you even after you tried everything you could in your power. This doesn't necessarily mean completely cutting all ties, but it does involve distancing yourself from them. This could involve unfollowing or unfriending them on social media, or not seeking to spend time with them anymore in person. The most important thing you can do for yourself is to prioritize your well-being and walk away from someone who isn't treating you with the respect and care you deserve. This may be the last thing you want to do, but it is crucial to remember that sometimes walking away from a person who is ignoring you is the best decision for yourself. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel.